All right, guys. How you guys doing today? So I have a very, very important video I actually want to shoot for you guys today. It's probably going to be more about client retention. In fact, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how to amplify loyalty amongst your existing clients, or in other words, how to actually create a systematized process around the client experience. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys say that, oh, you're struggling with a lead gen issue, you're struggling with a conversion issue, but a lot of the times you're not getting surgical about the experience the client is having when it comes to visiting your website, when it comes to opting in, when it comes to being onboarded. Like, these are small components we overlook, and this is what I like to call the detailed section. And it does require a certain individual who can pay attention to these things to ultimately deliver the results he wants, especially when you have clients in your business already. Now, a big thing that happens oftentimes with online marketing agencies is that they have churn after 2 to 3 months. Now, you're probably wondering, that is actually the average number. And why is that, right? It's because a lot of you guys do not give the client, of course, you've probably fulfilled on the services, you probably fulfilled on what you claim, or maybe you fulfilled a portion of it, but that still is not a strong enough incentive for them to keep being charged, $2,000-$3,000, whatever your retainer is. It's not logical to them, and it's also not emotionally and economically secure for them, right? All you did was just fulfill on one outcome, but there's a bunch of other components that ultimately plays a factor in how long a client stays with your business. So here I'm really just going to be dissecting a big component of that for you guys. I'm going to be talking to you guys about amplifying loyalty, systematizing the experience, so it makes a lot more sense for you to charge them a certain amount every month. Okay. Now, obviously, if you guys want to get the more in-depth version of how to actually capital extract, I have that in SGP. You guys can become a member of SGP. Very easy. It's the Stellar Growth Protocol. In that protocol, I literally break down how to create a sales enablement system. I give you guys the foundation of creating a very solid business. I also give you guys the retention system as well, the retention ecosystem, how to create one. I also have a few bonuses in there, such as like how to connect and integrate certain AI tools. I'm all about systems. That's really where my true skill set lies. I love connecting systems. As time consuming it may be, because you have to pay attention to certain details, which is why the SGP is a 30 to 90 day enablement system, okay? Because I'm very big on detail, and it's just me, and I want to make sure that I deliver tremendous results for the clients that we serve who wind up joining SGP, okay? So if you guys want to be a part of SGP, get access to the Stellar Growth Protocol. I give you guys my framework around achieving stellar growth. And in case you guys don't know, you guys probably wondering, oh, why he's calling it stellar growth? So stellar, in other words, I really just took it from the word interstellar. Interstellar is the reoccurrence between stars, something to happen over and over again. And I just took stellar out of it and I just put it on there because my goal is to not just help you guys get clients, but make sure those clients come back and they pay you like just freely, like, hey, get my money, And I think a lot of the times as online business owners, we expect to say, hey, let me fulfill this outcome and you pay me this amount of money every month. To them, it's just like, and a lot of the times this right here boils my blood. Like, you'll sign up with an agency, and what they'll do is they'll say, hey, this is our service, and it's going to be $3,000 a month until we complete it. You haven't even fulfilled on the core component of it yet, and you want a retainer? That doesn't even take into consideration, like, if they even still want to be with your business after you fulfilled on the outcome. Remember, we live in a commoditized world, okay? People have a ton of options, like a fuck ton of options. Keep that in mind, okay? And I want you guys to understand that very, very deeply. And ultimately, with the world that we're shifting in now, if you're a very, very good business owner, you would understand that slowly everything is shifting towards client retention. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. I mean, when PE firms or VC firms, so private equity and venture capital firms, whenever they are assessing the acquisition of an asset or a company or whatever they're trying to allocate capital or funds for a business, one of the key metrics they actually look at is churn and LTV. Why is that? Because client retention act as insurance for your business. because if you've managed to retain clients for 6 to 12 months, that's a good, healthy business, because that ensures that during dark times, you have a healthy retention rate, okay? And that will keep your business afloat. And this is why a lot of agencies are stuck in this never-ending hamster wheel of new acquisition, because they don't shift their focus towards retaining clients, or they don't know how to. So here I give you guys a breakdown structure. Like, once again, in SGP, I give you guys a breakdown structure of actually retaining clients. I'll tell you guys why it's important. I give you the philosophy behind it, behind all the books that I've read about client retention. And it's mainly just 3, actually 4 books I read about client retention, a lot of the different podcasts, and I pretty much just compartmentalized all that data together and I showcased it for you guys, okay? And I even studied some of your favorite gurus. I even bought into, I'm not gonna tell you guys who, but he's pretty big in the industry, and I bought into a 7K program, and I learned a lot about how his business works, and it was just nice seeing how all the components connected. I didn't even really care. I mean, I did care about the program and what I was getting from it, but I paid more attention to how he connects everything together. Once again, I'm not gonna tell you guys who he is. Maybe in another video I might talk about it, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand the importance of client retention, because acquisition is becoming increasingly easy to do with AI, with a bunch of other with the innovation of AI, with the innovation of a bunch of different tech stacks, a bunch of different softwares, tech and AI. Dude, acquisition is becoming increasingly easy to do, okay? So getting clients is an easy part. I mean, anybody could get clients. You can run ads and put a booking calendar in, boom, client, you could potentially close them. That process is very easy. But where the challenging component comes into is client retention, because that requires a level of depth, detail, and a philosophical approach towards how to actually retain clients, okay? And that's precisely what SGP is for, and I want to deliver that to you guys, okay? So I just left the gym. I hit legs. I know I have a compression shirt on, but I want you guys to click the link down below. Join the waitlist for SGP. Like I said, it's just me, and I can only work with 5 to 8 clients at a time, but I'm very, very prone about detail. That's my biggest thing, even down to like how certain emails are written, how certain automations go through, how certain workflows connect to each other. I'm all about detail, which is why this is a 30 to 90 day sales enablement system, okay? So I'm implementing a sales and retention system that bridges a gap that you're probably facing, whether you're having inefficiencies in conversion, or maybe you just solely want retention. I got you, okay? Make sure you join the waitlist. You can also book a SGP discovery session. Here, we're just having a conversation, man. I'm just giving you some free value, no strings attached or anything like that. I literally will answer your questions for you if you have any questions about sales or retention, okay? And once again, a lot of my information is just based on anecdotal evidence. Obviously, I don't have any real major case studies because I'm still working with some clients, and I want to make sure I get some great results before I even showcase those case studies, and I want them to come out in a certain way. But a big part of my methodology and my philosophical approach behind growth is it all comes from anecdotal evidence that I've studied, looked at trends, but I mainly studied a lot of the Fortune 500 companies. One of the biggest ones that really paid attention to was Comcast, okay? How they retain clients. If you guys really want to know about retention, look at how Comcast does it. That's a golden nugget. If you study their retention rate, it's crazy, especially when they were starting out. Also, I paid attention to a lot of VC and PE firms, listened to a few of their podcasts, but I mainly read books as well. There's a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Like, you can close the gap of knowledge very quickly by reading a book, because you're getting someone's 5 to 10 years worth of experience in one book. It's all about how you implement the knowledge that you have, because at the end of the day, knowledge is nothing without the conversion of wisdom. So you get information. From that information, in order to make that knowledge wisdom, you have to actually implement what you're doing, what you're saying. Even you use yourself as the first test subject, okay? You don't have to necessarily get clients. You can just use yourself as the first test subject as well. But once again, make sure you guys click the link down below. I'll also give you guys access to the video that I was talking about on how to actually amplify loyalty. And I literally give you guys the systematized process behind elevating the client experience. And yeah, make sure you join SGP. You can book a call, join the wait list. Currently, we have a few people on the wait list, but like I said, my offer is pretty exclusive. I really don't want it for everybody, because I truly do believe that what I'm offering is revolutionary, and not many people know about it, or not many people care about it, because most people, their focus is acquisition. Okay, I want to help you guys retain clients. That's my goal. So once again, thank you guys very much. Remember, stay devoted to your cause. Always try to do things differently in an innovative fashion, and make sure you always leave value, man. That's very, very important. All right, so if you guys extrapolated some very valuable information from this video, make sure that you leave a like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. And yep, boom. And also, you guys can actually join my WAP as well, man. Click the link. I actually give you guys like 5 free modules from my main program, literally completely for free. So I'm giving you guys a lot of value here. And let me know what you guys think about it, you know, and this will also ultimately help me improve SGP and you know, figure out any like holes that we may have about the process. All right, so thank you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next one.